Wow. You are a sick man. I mean, it, I didn't see you this way until this video. I thought of you just as one of those angry atheists, frustrated, religious people have been badgering you for so long. You've just had enough, and you became this angry atheist. But it's worse than that. I thought maybe your mom used to put cigarettes out in your feet or something, but it's much worse than that, obviously. Before the Inmendham fan club starts typing in whiny little text responses saying, you didn't address his point, that's right. I am not at all addressing the point of Inmendham's response. I don't know, there certainly wasn't a well-defined point anyway. And I haven't even watched the video that he was responding to. Okay, I mean, you get the idea that he thinks this guy's an idiot, whatever his position on abortion is. Not only that, but he hasn't carefully thought it through. None of that is what I want to address. None of that's what struck me. It was this this glimpse into the mind of Inmendham, in Bedhead. It's almost, well, it is sort of scary. Inmendham, you're like the poster boy for people that want everyone to fear atheists and atheism. This is what I saw, and we'll see if anybody else saw it, and I'm going to follow up with a little satire video later. But just in the things that he said, you said, I'm making this video to both to you, Monkey Man, and to your fans, and to your fan club. Did anybody notice these things in your comments, in your text exchanges, and in videos you've made previously? You whittle away inside your head at the definition of human life. I mean, you don't try to define it. You try to nibble in at the edges with your comments about 2-year-old babies. Is there any real crime? Well, yeah, you freaking moron. It's murder. You kill a 2-year-old baby, it's a crime. You say, is it really a crime? Is there lots and lots of suffering or whatever? Anguish. What the hell does that have to do with whether it's a crime or not? Anyway, it has nothing to do with it. It would be a crime, yes. A 1-year-old crime, yes. I know that was a sort of a rhetorical question, but again, it reveals a sickness inside of you. In your text comments now, so here you're nibbling at the, obviously it's not a human life until it's born, and then you would even press it, it's not a human life until, and then you use this asinine term that nobody can know exactly what you mean, but a viable social contract. And you go on to say, and I wrote this down, something about life doesn't deserve any intrinsic respect. The respect for life only comes as the consequences of a viable social contract. Fine. Somebody types in, I'm taking you off my babysitting list, and you respond with, well, take me off the old folks home, attendant list as well. You're not hiding what you're insinuating, right? Nobody has any trouble realizing what you're saying there. That you can get to an age and a condition where you no longer qualify for the protection of human life. And if you were there, you would say, what's the crime in killing an old guy who keeps crapping his pants or whatever? And then I've seen in one of your older videos where you mentioned that you don't plan to stick around and meet a natural death, that you'll off yourself at whatever point you no longer meet the criteria of a worth, whatever. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I don't remember, but you said clearly you've got some criteria at which you will end your own life at some point in time. That's crazy. And if that, if you being sick wasn't enough to set me back a little bit, something even harder to explain happens, and that's your fan club shows up and starts going, great video, right on, man, that's how I feel. And Ginsburg is supposed to be he's a smart guy, he makes good videos, and he chimes in and says, nice, well done video. I especially get the part where you talk about euthanizing a baby and killing an animal. I mean, I'm shocked. So I won't ask you the question, Inmendham, other than you answer your sheeple when it's time, and that is, everybody who considers yourself a fan, a supporter, you like Inmendham stuff, you should ask yourself 2 questions. Number one, there's two ways to do this. But we'll just say, if you were living out in the woods with Inmendham, when would he kill you? At what point would he find that you were no longer capable of participating, or you no longer qualified for the benefits of a viable social contract? When you start pissing your pants and stinking up the house, is that it? Is it all over for you? If you can't explain yourself, if you can't quit, when does the line get drawn with Inmendham, your spokesperson, right? Second question, for those of you who are fans of Inmendham, and I got one guy in mind in particular, and you have kids, why don't you ask yourselves when Inmendham would bestow upon your child what would it be? The status at which you would be benefited, the protection of them as a living human being. You know, properly appropriated protections from law. When does that happen? You know, you got to bring your baby to Inmendham. He couldn't tell you from a distance because it's obvious just by looking. You're such a dickhead. Inmendham, you're such a tiny, sick, diseased mind. But you guys, who is it, Rosebush, why don't you bring your little girl to Inmendham and see if she's got the right to be protected as a human life? You guys make me ill. You make me ill. You're sick individuals, and Inmendham, you're the leader. Holy crap.